Well, here's hemp. And this stuff is like, instead of partials of an inch, this is like feet long. When you're making composites, there's a rule that says that if everything else is equal, the longer the fiber, the stronger the product. The truth of the matter is that hemp is a superior fiber to tree fiber in every way conceivable. What we created here is we created what's called medium density fiber board. In all of the major strength tests, hemp tested out to be 2 to 3 times stronger than the boards that were made out of tree fiber. We can actually make anything from a 2x4 to the body for a stealth jet bomber.
George Tyson is also an innovative hemp researcher.
The food industry is looking for a water-soluble, biodegradable materials that they will be able to make food containers with in the future, because their primary concern is to take away the materials that formerly found themselves going into landfills and making material that will fully biodegrade or recycle. We certainly believe we could package hamburgers. The trays may look something like this. If these products were tossed out or ground up and spread on the landscape, they would be nature's fertilizers. There would be no toxic effect. This could lead to fast food places serving you the food in a container of a flavor of your choice, strawberry, mint, or chocolate, and then you eat the container as your dessert.
We envision hemp as being a complete new wave of the Industrial Revolution, that there'll be a complete new industry that will come out of this. Actually, there'll be thousands of products that can be derived from this fiber and from the oils of the seed.
Hemp seeds contain up to 40% high-quality oil, a combustible oil that has traditionally been used in lanterns. A simple process now allows it to be converted into a relatively clean substitute for diesel fuel. In past centuries, hemp seed oil was also a major base for durable, non-toxic paints. Many great paintings are hemp oil on hemp canvas. In the Ukraine today, hemp seed oil is still a major ingredient in the commercial paint industry. It is a nutritious base for cosmetics and is also a highly nutritious edible oil.
Hemp seed oil is unique in having such a high proportion of the omega-3 unsaturated fatty acids with a very strong cardioprotective effect. Hemp seed has been used for millennium as a staple food by many people around the world. It has a near complete balance of essential amino acids, second only to soybean.
Well aware of this, Alan Brady is one of the few modern hemp seed chefs.
Once it's in this form, it's all roasted and ground up, you can get creative and you can make a million things. You know, it's like I make halva. If you want to make something where any kind of bread recipe, pancakes, anything, just leave out half your amount of flour and replace it with this stuff right here. Get totally creative, make delicious things, and have fun with it.
After dehulling the seed, Alan produces his premium delicacy, rich and creamy hemp ice cream. Hemp is probably the world's most economical, ecological and easy way to grow protein. And there is no need to worry, hemp seeds are totally drug-free.
If you know a way to save the planet, don't whisper about it, shout about it.
We are hemp revolutionaries, and to present ourselves directly as a hemp revolutionary, it is quite difficult here.
Hemp's prohibition in Nepal led to a massive police eradication campaign in the early 90s. But now, only 2 years later, the Valley of Tarakola is unified to defend its traditional hemp industries, primarily rope and seeds. As this region is too high and dry to grow rice, the people depend upon hemp seeds for their survival. Since 1992, the Human Union movement is developing a commercial hemp paper, textile and oil industry, a chemical-free industry providing much-needed employment and income.
They do not have to make hashish out of their plant because they can sell the stalks, they can sell the seeds, they can have food and they can have money from one plant. So the people and the farmer of these surroundings are really appreciating our project here.
This valley has an abundance of hemp and enthusiastic labour. Tarakola's budding hemp industry is potentially a model for sustainable economic prosperity throughout the developing world.
Hemp could be used as a fuel source, an oil source, as well as a paper-making fiber.
Could hemp fuel help us to kick our dependency on highly toxic fossil fuels? Carbon monoxide is the leading cause of death in this country from poisoning. It accounts for more fatalities each year than all drug overdoses combined.
Over history, it would be hard to predict how many people have died from gasoline that didn't know what killed them. It is a poison-spreading material because it is distilled with benzene, hexene, and xylene, and toluene. These chemicals are all known carcinogenic materials.
Could this be the solution? That which fuels a romantic dinner is also a good fuel. Normal drinking alcohol, also known as ethanol, is the cleanest of all liquid fuels. George Tyson is developing techniques to produce ethanol from fast-growing, high cellulose plants like hemp.
We jokingly say this is the fuel that if you were burning it in your car, the reason a dog would chase your car was because he liked the smell of the exhaust pipe. As you can see, there is no smoke emitting from this in this room. Try this with a tablespoon or two of gasoline, and you will have the comparative test. Also, when your engine is through burning on gasoline, take it apart and see how much dirty carbon you find in the engine. We found that running a car 3,500 miles, we couldn't even get a white glove dirty when we took our finger inside of the exhaust pipe.
All plants are storehouses of solar energy, and all plants can be fermented to produce ethanol fuel. Plants also produce the oxygen needed to combust the fuel in a car. The emissions, carbon dioxide and water, are reabsorbed by plants. It is a clean and balanced cycle.
When one reviews all of the possible alternative fuels that we may use for transport use, ethanol emerges as about the only one that can achieve significant reductions in carbon dioxide accumulation in the atmosphere.
Even the 10% blend, where you only have 10% ethanol in the gasoline, lowers some emissions as much as 25 to 30%.
For this reason, blends of 10 or 15% ethanol with gasoline are being used in several states in the US and in Australia as a means of reducing air pollution. Ethanol blends also eliminate the need for lead in fuel. The ethanol is being distilled from sugarcane, grains, or residue starch